not Hawaii, and no, we have not been trekking through the jungles of Indonesia. This is actually Los Angeles. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Little Known LA, where we take you to places you might not find in your travel guide, and if you live here, you might not know these places even exist. I'm Alexis Sita. Thanks for joining us. You know, there is this myth that nobody walks in Los Angeles, but that's not really true in the eastern part of the city. In fact, for some Angelinos, they need to walk just to get home. So put on some comfortable shoes and get ready to climb up and down the hidden staircases of Silverlake and Echo Park.
When people think of Silverlake and Echo Park, they think of outdoor cafes, funky shops, and quirky homes. But what you may not see are some of the area's most interesting features. Public staircases are scattered throughout these neighborhoods. They provide some of the best views in the city, and they're also reminders of what LA was like before we became so dependent on cars.
I like to consider these stairways like kind of relics of pre-automobile LA.
One of the things that I think people would be most curious about is why these staircases were built in the first place.
A simple question, but one that requires some historical detective work.
What we've been able to gather is kind of like, through bits and pieces. We have like city records that we
Right.
find, newspaper story articles every once in a while, but we haven't been able to find like a city policies that sort of established, okay, why and where you build these stairways.
We do know that before Hollywood could even crawl, people walked and climbed through this area, which was mostly agricultural. But enter the real estate developers who wanted a change.
And so if you want to make this into a year-round, permanent neighborhood, you have to provide a way to get people access here on a daily basis. And so given the hills and the technology, the stairways kind of help move people up and down.
One of the oldest staircases is Echo Park's Lavetta Terrace.
This stairway was built by a gentleman named Alex Culvert in 1905. And he was developing this whole section of the hillside called Sunset. It's a Sunset Height Tract.
So this is part of a development originally?
Yes.
And when streetcars hit the roads at the turn of the 20th century, those transportation companies worked with the city to help provide an important link.
The city basically has, teamed up with the old railways that used to run through the neighborhood. And you would find letters from the railway basically to say we would build a sidewalk to the base of this hill if you build a basically stairway down the hill to this point. We like to think the stairways had kind of were part of that missing link at the time that made it possible on a daily basis to get from the top of the hill down to like Sunset Boulevard, Echo Park Avenue, and Glendale Boulevard, where the streetcars ran.
And since some of the staircases are hard to find, the Echo Park Historical Society offers a tour.
In the staircase tour, how many staircases are you actually hitting?
Not many, okay? Because people are...
Well, it's exhausting, though. I mean, it's not easy to go up and down the staircases.
We only do about 6 stairways.
Oh, that's a good amount,
it covers about 500 steps.
It's one of the more unique places in Los Angeles because you can actually walk here and walk to destinations, not just walking for exercise. Which
makes it, unusual and kind of pokes a hole in that image of LA just being totally about the automobile. Because there was a time when it was pre-auto, and it sort of seems kind of crazy, but yeah, people used to have to walk.
Walking in LA, nobody walks in LA. Walking in LA, only a nobody walks.
Well, somebody that knows a little something about walking LA is Erin Mahoney Harris. In fact, she's written a book, Walking LA. Let's take a look at it. This is in its second edition, right?
Right, the second edition is due out this spring.
So you've lived in Los Angeles for almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
Okay, so why did you decide to write a book about walking in Los Angeles? Because people don't associate Los Angeles with walking.
Right. So. That's a large part of why I did it. I love to walk. It's my favorite form of exercise. I hate going to the gym, so I try and build walking into my day every day, and through doing that I really got to explore the city. I've lived and worked in different neighborhoods, and exploring those neighborhoods really opened my eyes to a lot of the hidden treasures in Los Angeles that you don't usually see by car.
One of the things I love about the staircases is that they do have a lot of historical value in a city that kind of gets a bad rap for not having much history.
Right.
They do have history to them. In fact, we're standing on the Music Box steps.
It's hard enough to walk up these steps, but imagine trying to move a piano up them. Well, that's just what happened here in the famous Laurel and Hardy comedy short, a simple idea that was so funny it won an Academy Award.
They're actually very firmly rooted in Los Angeles's film history.
And there's a real sense of community when you're on the staircases too, because it's one of the few places that you see people in LA kind of, bump up against people.
Sure. In addition to a sense of community, they offer a nice sense of permanence because they do last. The landscape of Los Angeles is constantly changing with buildings being put up and torn down, and at least with the stairways, they're pretty much here to stay.
Next, I'm off to see my friend Kate Clark, who lives just off the stairs. In fact, the only way in and out of her home is to walk up or down.
Knock, knock.
Hello.
Hi, Kate.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Look at this place. It's spectacular.
Thank you.
But the first thing I noticed walking in here is that you don't have a driveway.
No, I don't have a driveway.
So you walk in from this direction. Where do you
Yep.
park your car?
I park at the top, but
You
you,
park
can
at the
also
top.
park at the bottom too.
Okay, and so groceries, everything,
Yep.
you have to cart it down?
Yep.
Okay, but this is what you get for not having a driveway and kind of being tucked away.
Yeah, I love the privacy. I don't have, most houses you're going to have a street in front of you and
Right.
then people are parking their cars and
Right.
you're driving by. I have nothing.
I mean, and your
privacy.
views are just spectacular.
Yeah, I like them. On a good day, when it's clear, you can see all the way to the ocean.
And did you know about the staircases before you moved here?
No.
You didn't?
No, because when my friend said there's a house up the stairs by me that's for sale, I couldn't find the stairs. I didn't know what she was talking about.
It's
at
funny because
first.
they're kind of hard to
Yeah.
find. They're really tucked away.
Yeah, you don't assume that there's going to be houses.
So what's the benefit of getting to live here on the staircases?
The best part to me is that it's quiet, it's secluded, it's private.
And so do you have people that are peeking into your gate to see what's behind the gate? Because, I don't think that this is probably the kind of place that people stumble upon it.
Yeah, because a lot of people take the stairs to work out, walk their dogs and everything. And so, yeah, people are always kind of, oh, wow, if they've never been by before,
So that's your traffic. It's real foot traffic.
Foot traffic, yeah.
And what's the toughest part about living on the staircases? Did you lose friends when you moved in? Did anybody help you move?
Yeah, we had help moving in on days when you don't feel like taking stairs and you have to, Like there's just some days where you're tired and you're like, oh, I have to take them anyways. But it's kind of good. It's a built-in workout.
Thank you so much.
And all this talk of walking the staircases is making me want to move, so let's do some exploring of our own. On any given day, you'll see residents and tourists making their way up and down. Some use them for fun, some use them for exercise, and the stairways differ in environment and length. It all depends on how little or how much you'd like to explore.
We're here at the Baxter Staircase with 230 steps. It's the equivalent of a 16-story building. And getting to the top can feel like you're trekking up Mount Everest, but I'm in my gear, I've changed, and I'm ready to conquer the beast.
If you're not quite ready for that uphill climb, the Cove Staircase is long and serene. The staircase at the end of Reedsdale Avenue provides an easier walk. The Edgecliff Staircase at Landa also showcases homes that don't have the noise of nearby streets. And the staircase at Cerro Gordo reveals a hidden oasis. It may not look like it, but this staircase and walkway are public property. Residents don't see much foot traffic here since most people don't even know it exists. And these homes definitely benefit from the privacy. A walk through here feels like a walk through the countryside or the jungle.
I'm here. I made it to the top. There's the Griffith Park Observatory and Hollywood sign in the background. I'm here. I feel like I should plant a flag or something, but I'm at the top and I think I'm done exploring for the day. I hope you'll choose to explore some of the 50 hidden staircases in the Silverlake and Echo Park neighborhoods for yourself. I'm Alexis Sita. Thanks for joining us on Little Known LA, where we show you hidden gems in the big city.